What's up, guys? Story time. So the other day, I'm just chilling at a coffee shop near me, drinking some coffee, getting some work done. Thank you, Jordan, for the Merit gift card that you got me for my birthday. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I'm just chilling there. And before I know it, a bunch of people sit at the table next to me and they start talking about designing a business card. And I'm assuming they all work at the same company because they immediately start throwing out questions like, what font should we use on this business card? What color should we be using? All these questions, like they're breaking every rule in the book right now. And I'm just getting anxious and about to have an aneurysm. But I only react that way because I'm really serious and really dedicated to the things that I do for my clients. And this kind of falls in that realm of work. And so the reason why that bothers me so much is because if you are a business or if you're an organization, you really shouldn't be designing or building anything until you've ironed out your company identity. So, what is an identity? Well, your company identity is anything that your customers or your audience is going to be able to use to identify you as a business or organization. Think about your logo, that's part of your identity, your typography, the color palette that's used as you're designing and building anything, that's part of your company identity, right? It's really important to iron this stuff out before you start worrying about designing or building anything in the print space and the digital space, anything. And I'll give you some examples, right? As you're building a website for your business or organization, one of the first things you're going to need is you're going to need your logo. Okay. So I've already designed and built my logo because I've gone through the steps necessary to develop a company identity. So I already have my logo. Cool. There's a lot of text and writing on websites. So, what font should I be using? You've already figured that out if you've gone through the steps of developing a company identity. And the same thing with, your color palette. On a website, you have the option to use an array of different colors. So, what is the correct combination of colors to be using for your website? Cool. If you've gone through identity development, you've already answered that question as well. And you'll find that all of those questions are already answered anytime you're building anything else in the same way. So that's my thing. That's why it really bothers me so much when I hear people talking about designing certain elements for their business or organization when they haven't really ironed out their company identity. Now, some people make the argument like, oh, well, you got to start somewhere and blah, blah, blah. And yeah, I agree about that to an extent. But at the end of the day, if you have goals in mind, then it's important to kind of realign your priorities in order to make those goals more likely to happen. And for a lot of businesses, they want to be known and they also want to be trusted. But before you can be trusted, you have to be predictable. And before you can be predictable, you have to be consistent. And in order to be consistent, you have to have a set of instructions to follow in order to make yourself consistent. I'm always going to use this logo. I'm always going to use this font. I'm always going to use these color combinations. I'm always going to speak in a certain way. I'm always going to look in a certain way, right? At the end of the day, having an ironed out company identity is the thing that is going to help you to be consistent. And so that's why I find it so important when I hear people talking about designing things without having an ironed out company identity. It hurts my soul because I know that the work that they're doing is actually going to work against them and their goals and what they want moving forward. So, yeah, hope that helps.